Hello there and welcome to ADcraft. Today I'm back in my futuristic world and I'm going to be adding some new life to some of these builds, so don't go anywhere, and I'm going to kick off with a bit of a time lapse. First of all, I decided on the block palette. I wanted to go for something that was a bit different from the quartz that I'd been using in the buildings, so it looked more like a vehicle rather than actually one of the buildings, but kept some of the similar themes going through, so as you'll see later I start building a dome. I wanted to make it quite organic, so I went for this insectoid design and decided to build this at a 45-degree angle to give just a bit more life, because a lot of the other buildings are quite straight. So just finished this off and gave it all the things that you needed inside. Once I built that first one, I kind of caught the bug, if you pardon the pun, and wanted to add something into the terrain itself. So we've got a lot of these big cliffs in the world and decided to transfer this into something that's climbing 90 degrees up the wall, because in the future, if you've got the technology, you don't really need to worry about things like the physics of gravity or anything like that. So it was quite a fun little build to do this one, changing everything around. Had to make some changes in things like the trapdoors and stuff, but was really pleased with how it came out. The final one of these builds was just one that was straight on. Now this one I decided again to change it a little bit and just make this one slightly bigger. So whereas the other ones are kind of more of a one-person version, this has got a slightly bigger sphere on it, only one block bigger really, well 2 blocks for the odd number, because you need to build your spheres with an odd number always, but yeah, just a bit more space inside, so any of these could actually be used as a base if you wanted. And the final thing that I wanted to do in the world, whilst I was thinking about the infrastructure, was to take the monorail that I'd started previously and continue this on, just so that it kept going through a bit more of the build. But now I am going to show you a bit of a showcase of how the world looks. I'm really pleased with how this world's coming along, and if you have enjoyed it as well, make sure that you do check out the other builds that we've seen going through this fly-through in the playlist. Make sure also that you do hit that like button. Make sure you leave me a comment as well if there's any of the builds that you'd like to see as tutorials that haven't already been done. And above all, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time on ADcraft. Bye!